What's up, guys? Drew here. Welcome back to Starting Out Solitary. This is week 204, and this week's topic is the fifth element, spirit. Of course, this topic will be tinged by the speaker's spiritual views or lack thereof. I mean, even if you are not spiritual, you still have views, you still have ideas. So, of course, for me, this is going to be colored by my own spiritual views. I am a pantheist. So for me, spirit moves through everything. And actually for me, spirit makes up everything. Everything is made of spirit. I don't care if it's a hunk of plastic. My interaction and experience of it, of creation, of the universe, of reality, of whatever you want to call it, is that spirit is in every single thing. It is like the molecules, it makes up reality. It makes everything. So while I do not feel that witchcraft is a spiritual act in and of itself, for me it absolutely is. What I mean by that is, if you are an atheist, for instance, you could still practice witchcraft. You could still walk around the world and interact with stuff. You don't have to believe in anything to be part of it. You don't have to believe. There are flat earthers who believe the world is, that the earth is flat. It doesn't change the fact that the earth is round and that, that's how I look at it. Now, that's not to say that I'm right and everybody else is wrong. That's not how I feel at all. But I do feel within myself that I am right. I am right for me on my path, and my beliefs work for me. They get me where I need to go. They help me become the person I want to be, that kind of thing. So I don't have any qualms with other people believing other things or thinking other ways. It doesn't faze me. It doesn't bother me. I don't think that they're wrong. I don't think that there's necessarily one truth. This is my truth. So while the act of witchcraft itself, or anything for that matter, isn't necessarily a spiritual act for everyone, it is for me. So even when I am creating oils or doing a spell, or it doesn't matter what it is, for me, I am working with spirit. If I'm burning a candle, I'm working with spirit. If I'm burying something in the earth to bind it, I'm working with spirit. If I'm out in my garden, I'm working with spirit. If I'm taking a walk, I'm walking with spirit. I'm, everything, it's all connected for me. So this topic is kind of hard for me. There's no specific one way that I work with spirit. Everything I do for me is working with spirit. I can't even think of anything that's special in my practice that I could say would be working with spirit. I sort of have cues and communication markers, or I don't know how to, messages, ways of recognizing specific messages. There are books and all kinds of things online about what certain things mean, and I take that into account. It has meaning. I certainly reference those types of things from time to time, but I also believe in setting up your own communication, your own symbolism, symbolic language, what have you, with spirit. So I guess that might be one way that is special in my practice, that I work with spirit. Spirit has to give me things in threes. And that is mainly because I'm stubborn, and I am the most skeptical believer. I am maybe not the most, but I am a skeptical believer. So I believe in everything, but that doesn't mean that every time it's presented to me, it's authentic. So a spirit is trying to give me a message. I will usually have to get that in threes, because I'm not going to listen the first time, because it could be a coincidence. It could be me looking for that message or that response. So that's one way, I guess. Another thing, it's silly, but any kind of large bird, particularly birds of prey, soaring in the sky for me is I don't know. It's a connection. It's like spirit is saying to me, I see you, I'm watching you. Typically that's going to be eagles or vultures, not hawks or ospreys or anything like that. It's usually going to be either an eagle or a vulture. And I'm going to know that I just feel this we are communicating. This is a way that we communicate. For somebody else, it might be butterflies or whatever. I don't know. And I have that kind of thing with individual spirits as well, like deceased loved ones or what have you. But I mean, as far as spirit in general, great spirit, what others might call God or goddess or what have you, I have these little communications. I guess I should go into that too, since we're on the topic of spirit. I do not have a patron or matron. I work with any god or goddess that will come to me, any angel, any spiritual being that comes to me for my benefit, I will work with. For me, what I refer to as spirit, and in my heart of hearts, great spirit, is bigger than. It is more than. It is neither male nor female, or it's both male and female, however you want to look at that. And, a different deity or angels or whatever it is are aspects of spirit. So if I need a certain influence or quality or what have you, I can work with a specific aspect rather than just going to spirit. I always use the example of Archangel Michael. I work with angels. If I am in a situation where I need protection right away, I can just call on Archangel Michael, and it is automatically understood that what I need is protection. But it is still an aspect, it is still great spirit reaching to me through this personification, whatever you want to say, of Michael. That is my understanding and experience. I myself am an expression of spirit. And again, I'm not going to get into all that because that's going to get real sticky real quick, real deep. This is how spirit manifests in my practice and in my path. And it's pretty much all-inclusive, pervasive, the whole deal, anything I do. So I don't really have any specific examples of how I work with spirit in my practice because everything I do, it's kind of a cheap way out, but it's the truth. Basically, that's it, guys. I'm sorry it's kind of a cheap video, but that is my experience of spirit. That is how I work with spirit in my practice. As always, thank you for watching, and until next time, much love and gratitude.